It's alright, you're big and fat because you're pregnant. You're gonna kick. Whoa, jeez! You are fat.
Not.
It's good though. It's fat in the right way. You say it with love. Ouch! It's with love. There's nothing wrong with saying a pregnant woman is fat. Is there? Oh, ouch! Okay. You are pleasantly plump. Ouch! Are you attacking me too? You
Don't come on. He's gonna kill you.
You want to fight? Whoa!
Sorry.
I say you don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I say you don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I woke up this morning, I smiled at the rising sun.
Problem with iced coffee is that it's cold, which makes it really easy to drink. I drank this whole thing from 2-block walk, so it's probably gonna be like 5 or 6 minutes until it starts to kick in, whether when it's black coffee and it is hot, it takes a while longer. So this morning I woke up and I had been doing my devotional, and my, how do I say it? My favorite sort of guiding principle verse was in it today, which is, hey, just a minute. Okay, here we go. Here, that is you. You. All right, now here is joy, which joy is, difference between joy and happiness is joy is not fleeting. Happiness is fleeting. A cookie can make you happy. A show, whatever can make you happy, but joy is something that stays with you. I think happiness is in the head and joy is in the heart. That's kind of how I think about it. So this is joy. That's long-term joy. And here, that is worry. That gets in between you and joy. See, that looks like a pile of, poop. So, this is you. That's joy. Now, if you take out the worry, what do you know? There's the joy. That's my light. It's the bird on my tattoo. It's from, his eye is on the sparrow. I know he watches over you and me. And it's basically the premise of how I live my life. No matter what happens, I try not to let it coffee. No matter what happens, I try not to let it sort of affect me too much one way or the other. And so anyway, it's Luke. It's also in Matthew. It's confusing. It's in Matthew and it's in Luke, but this one's from Luke. It's Luke 13:22. It just says, do not worry. I'm just going to share a little bit. It says, then Jesus said to his disciples, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. Life is more important than food, and the body more than clothes. Consider the ravens. Do they not sow or reap, yet they have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable you are than birds. Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? That's the one. That's it right there. Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? My man, Jesus. Who among you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? So, don't worry. It's like Bob Marley, the great, the late. Don't worry about a thing. Okay, please. All right, I gotta get out of here. My drone is updating and it's so loud. Okay. All right. So basically, what I do is this: if a worry comes across my mind or my heart, here's how I handle it. Basically, when I begin to worry about something, I say, okay. Say a quick prayer. I say, Lord, take my worry. Your will be done. And so that's my real quick prayer that I say to myself, because not only when you're worrying do you take away time from the present, but you also are saying, God, I don't trust you to get me through this. I don't trust you to that you have a plan, that your ways are higher than my ways. So I say, your will be done. Please take away my worry. But see, that's not it though. Then I have to act on it, and I have to make a plan, because if you don't do anything, if you don't act, then nothing's going to get done. God helps and gives us the strength, and if we know that he has an ultimate plan, it gives me comfort for sure, but you still have to do stuff. You can't just rot on the couch all day eating potato chips and things aren't going to just magically change. So stuff has to actually, you have to act. I'm going to do this part sermon style from up front by the altar, because it's I'm rusty and I need to get back in the groove of moving and the grooving up in front. So there's a story of this man, okay? It's a priest in a small town, and this big old hurricane is coming through, okay? And he stays. The rest of the town leaves, and he says, I'm going to be fine. God's going to save me. And the water goes up to his ankles in the sanctuary of his church. And the firefighters come and try to rescue him. And he says, nope, I'm going to be just fine. God's going to take care of me. He's going to save me. The water gets up to his waist, and they send in the Coast Guard, and they try to save him. They send a boat. They try to save him. He says, no, thank you. God will take care of me. And then all of a sudden, the water rises up over his head, and he dies. When he gets up to heaven, he says, Lord, what's going on? I thought you were going to save me. And God said, I did. I sent firemen, and I sent the Coast Guard with a boat. So basically what I'm saying is, you've got to act. You've got to do something. You can't just not do anything. You have to listen and watch for the signs that God is helping you. What you doing?
Just sitting, Leland, and trying not to make eye contact with Lincoln. He needs privacy.
Oh, what you drinking?
I'm not drinking. This is Lincoln Sippy.
Don't get burnt, pasty princess.
I did put some solution on.
You would?
Yep.
I'm gonna go see what Lincoln's up to. He went inside his little house.
Mommy.
Hi.
Bye-bye.
Why?
Bye-bye.
What are you doing in there?
Mommy.
But what are you doing?
Mommy.
I'm not mommy, I'm daddy. What are you doing anyhow? You are pleasantly plump. Ouch, are you attacking me too? You
Don't call Mom. He's gonna kill you.
You want to fight? Whoa!
Sorry.
Alright, what do you prefer? If I don't call you fat, what do you prefer?
You call me beautiful.
Your belly is beautifully
Round.
round.
Here you go.
The rest of your body's not fat.
Here you go.
I guess it's not, sorry, it's not fat.
Yeah.
Hey, you. Ouch.
I say don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be.
When I take my morning walks, I hear the birds singing, and I watch them sit patiently on branches of proud old trees. They're watching and they're waiting for their opportunity to get their food. They don't spend any time worrying about their meal. They get out and they go get their worm. The world we find ourselves living in today with the pandemic is a sobering reminder of how little control we actually have. I mean, what is actually in our full control if you think about it? Not much. But we can control how we respond to challenges and obstacles. When we choose to let worry take over, we lose trust in God. We stop believing that He has a plan. We forget that His ways are higher than our ways. When you feel worry set in, say a prayer, be patient, and take the opportunity to go get your worm. Yeah, get your worm. I'm going with it. You know what? I'm going with it. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Yeah. I Lincoln, love you. You're not napping, but I thought you liked my story. Excuse me. So we're dealing with a little bit of maybe sleep regression with his nap time. So we've been running him like crazy for the past while, but we pivot, we make changes, and yep, yeah, we're gonna watch Toy Story. So if he doesn't take a nap, then we bring him out here and try and lay down, and we have at least quiet time. So anyway, this goes with the theme of not worrying, because instead of worrying about his sleep regression and wondering if it's a real issue, just to take it head on and try new things and adapt, and hopefully he can get back to taking good naps, because Mama needs naps too, and if Mama doesn't get naps, Mama can be a bit Well, this is it. Kristen's gonna work on getting Lincoln down for a nap, and this is my last kind of like free Sunday, for God willing, for a long time, and we're starting church back up on the 14th of June, and I'm preaching our comeback sermon. If I didn't tell you this already, our senior pastor has taken a job elsewhere. We're getting a new senior pastor at the end of June, so between the time he left at the beginning of May and the last week in June, I'm kind of holding down the fort, preaching most Sundays, and then I'm working closely with our district superintendent to kind of hold down the fort. So I'm like super pumped to be preaching our comeback message. Spoiler alert, if you haven't been back to church yet, most every pastor in the world is probably preaching their What I Learned in Quarantine message, so that's what I'm going for, but I digress. This has got to be my best sermon ever. It has to be, because we're coming back to church. I don't know, I just really want to have a powerful message, so I'm gonna get working on it. I'm gonna get working on it and put everything I have into this sermon. So yeah, I gotta get busy. See you tomorrow.